Hello, everyone. I am Matthew from Miscellaneous Debris, and welcome to the Weekly Bros podcast. This is the second episode. My brother from our only mother, of course, is joining me. Richard, how are you, sir?
Very good, Matthew. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you for inviting me back.
Hopefully, absolutely. Hopefully, the audio is going to be better this time around. My apologies. I'm still getting used to this whole setup here, so it is a growing show. Please grow with our growing pains. Thank you very much. Well, I'll tell you what everyone is talking about, and that is the new Han Solo movie. So Solo, which is being released on May 25th of next month, May 25th.
Oh.
So to start off this whole topic here, when the teaser trailer for Solo came out, you and I had very differing opinions. I was not looking forward to it. I saw what was presented to me, and I did not think that it was going to be a good movie. Now, we'll get into a little bit later the trailer that just came out, but at first glance, I was not looking forward to it. What was your opinion on it?
Hopelessly optimistic.
Can you expel upon that a little bit?
Yeah, I can. With such an iconic character as one Han Solo,
yeah,
you know, you have such a high standard set there. You have expectations that have to be met, and you just have to realize that it's not going to be Harrelson Ford playing the character, so it's not going to be what you picture or what you grew up with. So you have to just temper your expectations and just go with it.
Now, with those expectations, really, would anything that they present to us meet our expectations? With a character like Han Solo, I mean, you could have, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio playing Han Solo, being directed by Martin Scorsese, and I still would be like, it was all right. You know what I mean?
I absolutely know. I know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
He's my favorite character, you know, so it's, you know, I don't want it to be ruined, but at the same time, I am optimistic that I'll be fulfilled.
Well, when we first saw the teaser trailer, you know, we didn't get a lot of dialogue from Aldrich. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I have no. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Go right ahead.
We'll go AE. We'll call him AE for this. For this podcast. So AE didn't get a lot of dialogue in the film, which scared me. And because when a main character such as Han Solo doesn't get a lot of dialogue in the very first presentation of what is to come, it tells me that they don't have the confidence that they should in that actor to portray that role. I mean, do you think that that's a gross exaggeration of what's really going on?
No, because I think movies do that in general. I think the first trailer, you know, nowadays it's a teaser trailer, which, you know, they really don't give a lot away. There is a lot of dialogue going on with the characters. They just kind of show some cuts, some fast scenes, you know, some highlights, explosions. Mm-hmm. They don't really get to the meat of what's going on. So,
yeah.
No, I know what you're saying, but I just don't agree with it.
To move on from that, my opinion has changed since the new trailer has come out. And I think that the addition of context of what the story is going to be about, and just Woody Harrelson's line of saying, do yourself a favor, just assume that everybody is going to betray you, right? and you're going to do great in this business. And that one line just totally encompasses what I think about Han Solo, because the person I think about as Han Solo is a guy that is not out for himself, but he is very, very cautious in letting anyone into his inner circle, and I think that helped a lot alleviate a lot of the stress that I had on this movie, because then I can see where the motivation that AE is going to get to build onto that Han Solo character.
I agree. I'm really looking forward to seeing not just Alden AE
AE
performance. I'm just looking forward to AE's performance of Han Solo. I'm also really excited to see Woody Harrelson as Beckett. Donald Glover as Lando. You know, even Emilia Clarke as Kira.
Yeah, Kira.
We'll go with Kira.
Yeah, Kira.
I like all these actors, so I'm really looking forward to the ensemble cast as a whole. And even if AE does have some shortcomings, everyone else can pick them up, and it still is a good movie. I am expecting. I keep on saying AE. I hate this. I am expecting AE to bring his own persona to the character of Han Solo, and I'm not really expecting to see. I know he chatted with Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford gave him a some tips on why he did certain things.
Oh, I'm sure that was a thrilling pep talk.
Yeah, I'm sure. Any conversation with Harrison Ford looks like it just blows your mind.
Yeah, right.
I think AE is going to be fine. I mean, I just think people have to, as in most things, temper their expectations.
Gotcha.
Just to be open to the fact that this is a new person playing a famous character.
But wouldn't you say that
it'll be okay?
But wouldn't you say that fans have a reason to feel jaded after what we went through with Anakin Skywalker and what a letdown Hayden Christensen was? We trusted someone to bring Darth Vader to life.
Oranges, because I think you're comparing apples and oranges. No one knew Anakin Skywalker. He was not a familiar character. He was a new character. So that's the only person we know that's ever played Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader was Hayden Christensen. AE playing Han Solo. We all Han Solo's Harrison Ford, right? So
yeah,
I don't think you can compare the two. No, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think that's a gripe you can have. Ooh. I mean, let me rephrase it. You can have that gripe. Go right ahead. I just don't. I'm not gonna have that gripe. You know what I'm looking forward to the most? I'm like I said, Woody Harrelson as Beckett, and the glimpse we saw of Paul Bettany is
interesting.
What's his character? Drayden Voss.
Yes.
That's how you say it, I think. I want to see what the story is. My initial instinct from seeing the trailers is it's more like a Western type story, which is kind of what George Lucas was going for with the character of Han Solo in the first place. So I'm really excited to see
the old Western gunslinger kind of thing. Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to see.
Correct me if I am wrong, but Paul Bettany is not the first person to play the villain.
No. The initial character was brought in to play a motion capture alien, and what had happened was when they came time to do the reshoots, like all of his scenes were filmed. They would do the reshoot and to add some more story for the character, and the actor was not available. They cast Paul Bettany and they reshot all the scenes. That's the way I understand.
Do you know, like, if there's any affiliation with these guys in the Empire, or is this kind of a standalone outside of the whole Empire storyline?
I don't know. You see shots of the Empire in the trailers. You're not really sure what's going on with them or how their characters involved with them. So, things I've seen on the internet, other podcasts and blogs I've read, they don't really mention anything of it. No, not that they're not trying to find out answers, but I don't think there's a lot of information out there for people to really get answers to. So,
yeah.
No, I'm not really sure. Do you think they're going to show the infamous Kessel Run?
I do, and I think that is going to be the main.
So it's like the main part of the third act.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Is the Kessel Run, or is it a card game that Solo wins the Millennium Falcon?
No, he wins it in a card game.
He wins it. Okay, all right. So that I'm looking forward to seeing.
If you listen and read Star Wars canon, I know Disney took some liberties of the card game. He loses it to Lando, or wins it from Lando. You know what I mean?
Yes. Were the writers of this movie, to the best of your knowledge, given carte blanche to do whatever they wanted, or do they have to stick with the expanded universe canon?
Again, there's not been a lot of information out there about what the producers and the writers of the movies were given liberties to take with it. I mean, I know, like you said, and I just mentioned that other parts of the universe they've just wiped away. and it never really happened.
Yeah.
And they just invented their own things.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. I mean, it could. I mean, like I said, there really isn't a lot of information out there. There hasn't been a lot going on with this film out there that's been leaked out, so not much to go on. I do think you see a glimpse of Chewbacca's wife in the trailer. Was that
supposed to be his wife?
I think so, and I think something else it might be is that I think what happens is we're going to learn how Chewie and Han get hooked up, right? How they, and I think it has something to do with Han saving Chewbacca's life and Chewbacca having to pay off a debt to Han Solo, and that's why he's with him. Yeah.
What is up with the front of the Millennium Falcon? Because the Millennium Falcon does not look the same as it does in the original trilogy.
Is this upsetting you? I feel like you're getting upset about this.
It's not upsetting to me. It's just that that's not the Millennium Falcon. So, I mean, if there's a functionality to it, like if it's part of a cargo hold or something, he is a smuggler. It just looks goofy.
Some liberties. It's a brand new ship. If you look at in the trailers, everything's clean on the inside. It looks brand new.
Yeah, that was weird. I
can't think. I mean, I think there's supposed to be 10 or 15 years between the events of this movie and A New Hope. So can't things happen to the Millennium Falcon in between those time periods?
Well, yes, I mean, absolutely.
The shape of the ship changes.
So what I was thinking was, now that I've got the whole cargo hold thing in my head, so if it's part of a cargo hold, what if they're getting chased by the Empire and they dump that part of the ship? Like it's a detachable part. Like that's where they keep all the goods and they can just kind of pop it out and then bust the hell out. I like that idea. I like it. Have you seen Donald Glover outside of the show Community? Like, have you watched Atlanta?
I've never seen Community, man.
You never seen Community? Oh my gosh.
I've never seen Atlanta either. So
you're missing out. Community is great. Well, what do you think about Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian then?
I have seen some clips and I like it. The first looks you've seen of Donald Glover in the trailers, I'm really impressed. I like the look, he's got the suave, he's got the moxie to be Lando Calrissian, as far as I'm concerned. So he looks the part.
He does kind of look like he was born to play the role, right? See, I look at Donald Glover playing Lando as I do looking at Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark.
I think it's like the perfect match.
It's the perfect match. Like when I heard that he was going to be playing him, I said, "Damn it, I sold. This movie's going to be great." And then they introduced AE. Yeah, he's going to play Han Solo. Ooh.
All right, so in all fairness, when we were doing show prep, last couple of days for this, I did have to research who Alden, I think it's Ehrenreich, I'm not really sure.
Ehrenreich.
AE was.
Yeah.
I had heard his name in the papers, in the papers. Now I'm dating myself. I did watch a movie called Hail Caesar just before this podcast because he was supposedly very good in the movie. And
is that a Coen Brothers movie?
It is a Coen Brothers movie.
Is it worth checking out?
It's really funny. Yeah, if you got a spare 2 hours of your life you never want to get back, go watch that movie. I recommend it.
All right, sold.
Sold.
So you were impressed by Alden?
Yeah, he plays like a the movie's based on the golden age of Hollywood, and I think it's like the 1940s or 50s, and he plays like a character in a western. So he's like a prototypical western guy, where he can do rodeo stuff and horses and shoot guns and
maybe he was just doing research for the prep of Han Solo.
He's got this ridiculous western accent, and he gets pulled off his western film to be like this serious drama, and it doesn't work out very well for him.
Oh.
But it was very good. I did appreciate it has to take some talent to be able to do something like that, and I like this part in the movie, so I am looking forward to him as Han Solo.
Where do you think this film should land in terms of comedy? Because when you're looking at films like in the MCU and in Star Wars recently, they've become more comedic. But Han Solo is not I mean, if Han Solo is funny, he's funny on accident. So what do you think?
I'm hoping that Han has some comedic spots in the film. I want him to be funny. I want him to be kind of charming. That's part of Han Solo. He thinks he's funny. He thinks he's the man. He's the shit, right? So
laugh it up, fuzzball.
yeah, he's got that smart ass, laugh it up, fuzzball.
Yeah.
I do believe it should have a little bit of a comedic tone to it. Not so much Thor Ragnarok where it's in your face and maybe over the top at some spots, reserved type of comedy.
Well, I was impressed with the one line that it was in the trailer when I think it was when Woody Harrelson said, are you in? And then Chewbacca does something. Yeah. And then Han Solo says, yeah, well, what do you know? It was just one of those. It was just like, oh, that's Han. That's Han Solo.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
So like I said, seeing the second trailer really alleviated a lot of stress that I had. Not really stress. I was not stressed out about this trailer at all. Alleviated a lot of worry that I had going into this film.
Well, going back to the comedy part, that is one of the the big things that was pointed out about this film. The production was the fact that they canned the directors, almost towards the end of principal filming.
Yeah. Do you know what the story was with that?
I do believe my sources were telling me that it had to do with the. I can't even say it without laughing. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous.
Hey man, when you have the inside scoop, you can't cite who your sources are. You just got to say that you got sources. It's fine.
What my sources were telling me was that the studio was not happy with the way that the direction of the filming was going. They thought it was going too much of a comedic route. That Chris Miller and Phil Lord were giving the actors too much freelance and improvisation during the scenes, and not sticking to the script. And that the writer Lawrence Kasdan, he was not happy with the way things were going.
Okay.
This is that so.
Well, the one
that's why they made the switch back to Ron Howard. No, I'm really looking forward to it. People had the reservations about Rogue One as well, and with the problems of production and them flipping. You know what I mean? And I just think people overreact. It's a lot like me playing fantasy baseball, where like your players really suck at the beginning of the season, so you overreact and dump them, and you switch out to get people that are really hot. And then eventually you realize that you should have stuck with your original people, or you just overreacted in the first place. You should have done anything. Yeah. But I don't know. It's I think people just have to realize this is just how it is, and it'll be fine. Look at the MCU. Ant-Man did the same thing with Peyton Reed and what's his name?
Edgar Wright.
Yes. And that movie turned out pretty good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was happy with Ant-Man. Yeah. So these things happen all the time, and it's not the end of the world. And it's at least I know who Ron Howard is. I didn't know who Peyton Reed was at first. So yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Well, from the article that I was reading the other day, it was a actor from the film who was saying that they were up to like 35 takes a piece for each scene. And so that article made it seem like the working conditions with the directors was bad. So it's interesting to hear another take on it with the whole comedy aspect.
No, well, that's what they ended up doing was, they were doing X amount of scenes with their kind of improvisation of the lines, and then they were coming back and doing scenes that were strictly by the script, and then they were doing a little bit of both. And that is why they were doing so many takes of each scene.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
Wow, look at all the great movies Ron Howard has made. Holy shit.
Why don't you make a rundown of what do we got?
All right, well,
I'll give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
All right, so let's see here. Starting from the Night Shift in 1982. That's a horror movie. Splash. Down. Cocoon. Gung Ho. Willow.
Gung Ho, that was a good one.
Willow.
Oh, Willow.
Parenthood. Backdraft.
Oh.
Far and Away.
Backdraft. You know what? Can I make a comment about Far and Away? Did you like that film?
When I was younger, I enjoyed it. So yeah, well, Tom Cruise's Irish accent was kind of wonky.
Okay.
Apollo 13, like you mentioned earlier.
Thumbs up.
Ed TV, that one kind of went. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the one with Jim Carrey.
I liked it.
A Beautiful Mind.
Thumbs up.
Cinderella Man, The Da Vinci Code, Frost Nixon.
Bad.
Rush. Which
I liked Rush. That was a really good.
That was with Chris Hemsworth, right? That racing movie.
Yep, very good.
Inferno, and then Solo, a Star Wars story. So yeah, he's got a lot of great movies underneath his belt. So really, I should just trust him that he knows what the hell he's doing.
Well, you should trust him. He was in Happy Days.
He was in Happy Days. He was
Happy Days.
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham, very, very well, very good, man. I'm surprised you know that. You're probably looking at his IMDb right now.
I'm looking only at his directorial IMDb.
Have you ever seen anything with Emilia Clarke?
The only thing that I've seen with Emilia Clarke is only a few episodes of Game of Thrones, and she was, fine in that. The synopsis of a Star Wars story for Solo says, during an adventure into a dark criminal underworld, Han Solo meets his future co-pilot Chewbacca and encounters Lando Calrissian years before joining the rebellion. Now, let me tell you, if you looked up the word vague in the dictionary,
Hold on, I am right now.
This description of Solo, a Star Wars story, should be right next to it.
It says uncertain, indefinite, or unclear character or meaning. See Star Wars, a Solo, a Star Wars story. Right there. It says it right there. It's crazy.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So this movie has its obligatory droid.
It does.
And is it L337? Is that the name of the?
I don't know what the name of it is.
I have to say, I'm kind of sick of the whole droid comedy sidekick thing.
Well, I'm just hoping it's not a lot like was it
K2SO?
K2SO.
K2SO was all comedy. That was a 100% comedy based character. And yeah,
I just don't want to. I don't want to see the same thing, But the parts in the trailer that you do hear the droid talk, it does sound like a more serious character. It's fine if you have, I want a droid to be lifelike. Like, I don't want to see C-3PO or anything like this. I just want to see someone that's like, it's a droid, but it's got human, verbiage. It talks and acts like a human, but it's a droid.
So you want the vision. So what do you guys think about Han Solo? What do you guys think about the Solo movie that is coming out? Please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for checking out the show. Please pass along the word. If anybody else likes to hear bros talking about movies. You got anything to say, Rick?
No.
All right. Dynamite dropping, Monty. That broadcast school's really paid off. All right.
Bye-bye,
and we'll
guys.
see you soon.
Thank you so much.